as Atlas would say. Let's see what is going to be the support choice here on the side of Lehenge. Well, it's just Blitzcrank.
Yeah, like, oh, Doran, I don't know about that. But he had actually his best performance on this pick into Tier 1. It also means that Sejuani is something to play for, which we are always, you know, really big haters of a couple of patches.
Find answers and they can get picks. Otherwise, they might just run away with the game. Let's hop into the Rift for game number 1.
Here for Hanwha Life. And it also is looking likely that Gen.G is going to commit to the lane swap, which should not come as a surprise. Peanut, however, is not aware of this fact.
Okay. He's just going to flash away. Some stuff going. I just feel like in a lane swap meta, it can be a bit rough to expect to get a lot of value out of this combo, especially when Gen.G are extremely comfortable.
So Gen.G are taking a decent loss when it comes to the gold, but they are not quite. And look at this, actually, he hasn't skilled anything yet. So just waiting, seeing if he is going to have to like use his W, bait something out.
Yeah, you saw that hook almost hit him. He still didn't skill anything. So just ice cold from this man. And now we got a TP coming in. Already 3 plates going the way, but now we got a dive here. Lehen's in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to flash into the turret, but the damage is there. Down he goes. First blood given over to Viper.
What's really well is get early advantage through lane swaps and then turn that into very early objective leads, because they are the ones first to the objective. And it's actually flipped on its head now.
But Hanwha Life Esports, they have a different way to deal with the Ezreal, and that's to send 4 people bot. And we'll see if it works out. And they're just going to deal with the Lehenge once again. Nice hook into the turret, though, as Peanut does get low, but it does not matter. Pay's going to kill. Actually, Delight, and now Toby's here. And this dive is going absolutely wrong for the side of Hanwha Life Esports. They get that initial kill, but it was just a bait for the carries to get fed. He's in a bit of trouble here. Doesn't have to flash. Keen getting pretty low. Under the turret, just going to smack it down. Gets the 1v1. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Canyon and Lehen's getting bullied away. So
of early damage as we take another look at this play from Doran's POV.
Stops the back and then Keen just commits to it.
Yeah, Keen using his W there.
Nice.
To
he gets below.
shove back.
I die to this, he says.
Yeah. As the teleport comes in, maybe looking for a dive here. Only TP on Pays.
Yeah. Keen does not have Ghost, but he's just going to walk away. But the issue with this is that Hanwha Life Esports are getting so much value out of the plates. And now Delight does come in. He's only level 5, and that can be canceled. But Hanwha Life Esports, nice map movements here to come up and just gather a bunch of plates for their team in the top lane.
There's also still a Blitzcrank in this game, which, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, Nautilus is not very tanky right now, so he's just going to have to flash away.
Then when you just put it over the wall of the river, but it still is going to give you a pretty good estimation and allows you to fish for these hooks. And that flash force is going to be enough to get the Herald here for Gen.G.
Also, the Mountain Soul is very valuable in this game for both teams, so you would imagine they'd fight over it, but at the moment it's just kind of Peanut hanging around. So no TP from Doran yet. I would assume he goes for it, but the Maokai ultimate zones him away, and it goes to Blitzcrank of all people. Peanut's in there alone, and now we got TPs, but the bullet time is huge. But look at this one, pulls Doran into the team, allows him to get a kill and get out. So Keen still not enjoying that matchup, but the Drake did go over to Gen.G, which I'm sure Hanwha Life Esports not going to be too happy about.
And we're also going to slowly get to the point where Zeka is going to be a really big deal. Catch him, Peanut.
Yeah, Peanut's kind of just in the middle of nowhere. They have so much CC, and they pull him into the Ezreal. He flashes, and he gets all outed out of the dash. Meanwhile, we got a Rift Herald in mid. As we're going to do a bit of damage here to this turret, doesn't look like Gen.G are going to stay, especially because Gen.G, or rather Doran, has so much pressure in the side lane. No, it wouldn't have. Little note, it was kind of fun to, well, I'm not going to be able to talk about any little notes as we got a big Doran in the side lane. They're trying to get on top of him, but he's Jax as the turret, the TP, it gets denied. Or actually, never mind. Zeka does get in there, and now they're trying to turn this one around, and it is going to be big for Han, but they get the 1 kill. Keen's on the run, and we got 4 members of Gen.G here trying to take this fight and trying to get out. Peanut looking for the engage, but he's so low as now Delight going to flash in. He gets that reliable Nautilus engage, and there's more going the way of Hanwha Life Esports. A lot of low health bars though. Gen.G trying to turn this one around. So many low members of Hanwha Life Esports, but just not enough vision and no front line for Gen.G. 3 kills go to Hanwha Life. Nice, but 1 hook isn't enough. Lens is looking again, as seems like they might want to give this one over to Hanwha. Bit of burst damage comes in. The hook is not going to hit Peanut. And HLE Esports to get the Drake, they get out. And they should be very happy about their current spot in this game.
Really are. Don't know what the smaller stacks are at, as we are sieging mid.
Might be able to get this one, but Mom comes down and denies it. And the knockback not going to happen, but now the counter engage comes out, and the bullet time is huge. Look at that damage on a Canyon, as in goes Zeka, assassinates Canyon. And that's 2 more kills and maybe a Baron to HLE.
Stellar job.
I mean, that mid-fight, once again, Gen G are doing things that have worked against many a team, including HLE Esports themselves in the regular season. Maokai Ultimate down to push in the bottom lane.
So they need like a crazy hook from Lehens or something.
Well, clear the wave with Mom, and I mean, they need an engage. Here we go, the bullet time. Canyon is so tanky, though. They're trying to turn it on a Peanut, but the burn coming out from the smolder is huge. Peanut getting very low. This Pace really wanted to punish that one. Not going to happen. Keen, again, doesn't really exist. Doran just kind of making this top matchup look extremely one-sided. And now even FaZe can't really stand under this turret. So finally, HLE Esports are going to pick up some structures from this Red Bull Baron power play. They get the bot inner, they get the mid. Not getting the hook, you essentially don't exist, right, as Blitzcrank. So I do wonder what Gen G are going to do about this. They saw Lehens backing. So it really just comes down to, can they go steal? They're not even going to try. It's another Mountain Drake over to HLE. Did I curse him? That is the only question I have. Doran in a lot of trouble. There are 4 members of Gen G in the bottom lane trying to predict the flash here. Doran, though, cannot flash the twisted advance, and it's a shutdown and a ton of gold to Chovy.
Nice little bit. Be able to get it, though, is Hasty peeing the mid. And I think Gen G trying to push out these waves so that they can at least have a little bit, just a crumb of Baron vision.
I think they're doing a pretty good job for now, but Peanut thinks he's okay. The hook comes in onto the 2 tanky members, and Lehens is just dead. Delight, he survives, he gets the ult off, and now Peanut is getting pretty low, and Chovy trying to frontline. It's not going to work out. He gets immediately burned down, incinerated by the smolder, and now FaZe is on the run. He cannot deal with this Jax. He's got another E, though, and that's going to get him away, but another big fight win to HLE Esports.
Barring a miracle, Kenyon doesn't even have his flash. I don't think there's any way that he's going to be able to get in the pit.
Unless they let him. But, yeah, the light's going to come in. That's a kill onto Doran, but it's just 1 kill. The Red Bull Baron power play here for the side of HLE Esports going to be much, much better. And let's see, an ult comes in on the Canyon. He's a Maokai, but it doesn't matter. They just have way too much damage, and the Maokai ultimate does come out, but they're not going to have any follow-up after that, and they don't deny the kill on the Canyon either.
Also, wouldn't mind a smaller ban if in the next game, because that pick, look, the front line, yes, they were already behind, but you're playing it at full AD, and it just doesn't matter, and Hanwha Life about to end it here.
Yeah, they're trying to do exactly that. Doran able to frontline at this point. He is just so tanky and so far ahead. As they're going to take out the 1 Nexus turret. They need another wave before they do actually get in and finish the job. But with the Mountain Drake up and the Mountain Soul available in 30 seconds, they're just going to try to back and go for that.
So that he can TP towards the play.
Lens is trying to be his teakiest self.
Mid. They can just give this up.
Yeah, true.
They would want to.
But HLE Esports, they say, no, we're very far ahead. We can chip damage with the smolder. Doran's got a fantastic angle, and the Sedge ultimate doesn't do much, but now it's just a flip. Chovy is in the pit. It does go the way of HLE Esports, though. They get the soul. FaZe in a lot of trouble. Down will go Maokai. Down will go Lehens. And the wallets are just too heavy, as there's the execution. 4 kills for HLE alongside of that Mountain Soul. And they're going to be looking to put the cap on this game number 1.
A standout game here from HLE Life. Start off with the early aggression. Never let Gen G get to those team fights where they are so strong. And in this first game, the prep from HLE Life very clearly working out. And the form that we already saw against T1 is continued.
That it is, game number 1. Easily into the hands of HLE Esports.
Nowhere to be seen. Lots of upfront burst. Viper ends up topping the damage chart, but it really felt like HLE Life, with a draft that we were like, okay, can work. But the execution was amazing. And, you know, there was the one moment early on where they had the play that backfired.